In today's video, we take a look at the PS5 and the next Xbox and what they will hold for us in terms of games and gameplay and the hardware involved. So let's get into that right now. Here we go, back at it yet again with another video. G'day guys, I'm Champ Chong, and before we do jump into the gaming news, I want to just say a big thank you to everyone who's been sending me kind messages over the last few days ever since I have been hurt, because yeah, I'm still on crutches, and I probably will be for a while, but I'm getting sort of better, but I'd give it another couple weeks before I probably even start walking without it, as you guys can see right there. It's just a rough time, but you guys and your kind messages are getting me through it, so I just want to say thank you so much. But anyway, let's get to the gaming news. Well, actually, just before we do get to the gaming news, I uploaded a video a couple of days ago, and it's this right here. You can see it on screen. It is an awesome, awesome video. It's me racing go-karts. It's me in Crash Bandicoot's Crash Team Racing in real life. So if you guys do want to go check that out, make sure to check it out. It's linked in the description down below. I put a whole lot of hard work in there. Activision were awesome enough to fly me out to do this video, so I greatly appreciate it if you go check that out. But anyway, enough of this. Let's get to the gaming news in today's video. And the first piece of news comes from Ubisoft, because they have stated that their new consoles are a major leap over this generation. They're fantastic for creators. Uplay Plus has great value, and they talked about quite a lot of stuff. Ubisoft's executive director for EMEA territories, Alan Core, was interviewed during E3 by The Telegraph. Now, he talked about quite a lot of stuff, but this is basically it right here that you guys can see on screen. And he stated, "What we do know is that the next generation of consoles, which have been announced, are a really major leap from the current generation. And for us creators, it is fantastic because we have been very excited in trying to capture the cutting edge of what the technology can offer." He talks more about the development side of things and all that, the technology involved, just providing us new ways for the fans to exchange data. It's going to be great from what he is talking about. He talks about the graphics side of things, how it's still improving. You'll see the difference from 4K to 8K, and it's just amazing, especially what he's just saying in this. And what really throws me off is the fact that, yeah, he mentioned going from 4K to 8K, and I know that in the actual like side-by-side comparisons of the tech specs and everything with the Xbox and the PlayStation of next generation, they do have very similar specs, but they both state 8K playback or 8K compatibility. So I'm now trying to think, are they actually going to achieve that? Because I felt like maybe it was just a hopeful thing that they'd get there, but I think PlayStation and Xbox are both actually going to have 8K gaming on the next generation. I'm not sure what frame rates, but that is just amazing. And on top of that, one thing that's truly throwing me off is that just a couple of days ago, if you guys saw my video, one of the developers, the lead developer, one of the bosses that make the Bayonetta games at that development studio, they basically said it's more of the same. So maybe they just haven't untapped the technology and they haven't really had the same amount of time as Ubisoft. But yeah, it seems that Ubisoft on one hand are saying, we've got this amazing piece of technology in next gen, and then you've got the other guys that are saying, no, next gen's not going to be that great. So I'm probably going to lean towards maybe Ubisoft's words, because they release a lot of games. They've got quite a large bunch of studios, and all of them are large in their own right. So I am excited now, more so than ever, because, well, Ubisoft makes some of the best games out there, and I love playing their games, so just to hear them actually say this, it's exciting stuff. However, I'm not going to get too hyped, because at the end of the day, that kind of ruins things sometimes, and maybe they're just kind of saying this for marketing and going, okay, make sure you get the next Assassin's Creed game or the next Division game, because it's going to be amazing, or the next Watch Dogs. You know, they're going to say stuff like this all the time, so you've got to kind of be careful with what they do say, but at the same time, I'm a gamer and I'm a consumer at the end of the day, and I just get excited about this kind of stuff. Now, moving on from that piece of gaming news right there, I want to quickly talk about something that I did see. I lost the article, unfortunately, but it was talking about how the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Project Scarlett, it's going to come down to actually which console has the games. And the PlayStation 5 could potentially fall into the same problem as the PlayStation 3 did originally, with price and with the game library that will be available on the system. If you guys take a look at the PlayStation 4 generation life cycle, it was truly amazing. So PlayStation 4 totally destroyed Xbox One, because Xbox, they just came off with a really bad start. They had that whole TV sports action and all this like terrible Don Matrix stuff back in the day. And if you remember that, it was a terrible launch. Everyone called it a big VCR. It was an entertainment box, and it was very slow and clunky out of the gate. It was just a mess. But the PlayStation 4, it was all for the players, and that was their motto to this day, pretty much. So the thing with the PlayStation brand is they've got to take a look and make sure that they go into the PlayStation 4 direction and not the PlayStation 3 direction, where it was too expensive a console. The online was a bit of a mess. The network had just gone down for months at a time at one point, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, the game library was kind of disappointing at that stage. Like, sure, they had some good exclusives, but not many. Then on the PlayStation 4 side of things, they fixed all those problems, and it was truly, truly amazing. And then when you take a look at the Xbox side of things, the Xbox 360, it totally destroyed the PlayStation 3 in sales, in games, in all this kind of stuff, because they were all about the games at that point in time. But then Xbox One came around, they tried to change things, and it didn't work for them. So now they've tried to kind of backtrack and really make it for the community of gamers out there. And they're doing a great job. And that's where this article that I read, and I'm trying to find it, guys, but the interesting thing they pointed out is you take a look at what Microsoft in the last 2 years has actually been doing, and it's truly amazing. They've been buying a lot of game studios out there and partnering with them and giving them funds to create amazing new games. And PlayStation haven't really done that. They've stayed with their core group of games out there, game studios, I should say. They've got so many that they've got out there, including like Santa Monica Studios, you know, God of War and all that. And they seem to be sort of replicating the same games. And that kind of worries me, because maybe on the next generation, we end up seeing less actual brand new titles and less games overall in comparison to the Xbox brand with the next Xbox console, because that console could have so many, since Xbox have spent the last 2 or so years buying and purchasing and collecting all these game studios to create new games for a new generation. So it is interesting times, and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, because yeah, it could be tricky for PlayStation if they don't really build on what they have, because they might get complacent and comfortable with the products that they have right now, because they've done so well in the PS4 life cycle and they've just obliterated Xbox on the market share. So it is an interesting time. Let me know what you guys think about that. It's still going to come down to the game library at the end of the day. It doesn't matter real much about hardware next generation, because we all know they're going to be pretty much identical. It's definitely going to come down to the games and the game library and the exclusives and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's move on now to the next piece of gaming news in today's video. And this is a strange story, if I'm going to say that. It's something that I normally wouldn't report on, but I'm going to warn you guys about this kind of stuff. So do not buy Cyberpunk 2077 jackets on eBay, because, well, even the developer has stated to not do this. So CD Projekt Red, who are the development studio behind Cyberpunk 2077, have told people to not go out on eBay and buy these jackets because they are insanely expensive. So they're ranging from like $350, $700. Some people are buying it around $800 or something like that. But people want them because they saw it in the gameplay, they saw it at E3, and they just want to have these jackets. And I know a lot of people out there love getting collectibles. For me though, I wouldn't necessarily get this jacket. It doesn't look all that great, but yeah, some people are getting ripped off to getting real low quality jackets, and they're paying all these prices thinking that they might be real. But the good news is there will be real jackets. So Cyberpunk 2077 jackets will be made by CD Projekt Red's, I guess, distributor. They're going to make these official, and then you can look like Keanu. And the best part about it is they did state on Twitter they're going to make similar looking jackets just like in the game, but in real life. You'll be able to buy them, and they're going to actually be relatively cheap, much cheaper than the ones that are being sold online at this present time. So if you can hold off and wait, because this game does look like it potentially might be Game of the Year next year, even though I haven't even played it, you haven't even played it most likely, no one's really played it, we've just seen little snippets of it. It still looks like it's going to be really, really good. And if you ever played The Witcher 3 and anything from CD Projekt Red, you know it's going to be a bloody good game. So yeah, make sure you don't buy those fake jackets. Anyway, moving on to the next news report on today's show. And this is also something a little bit out there that I normally wouldn't. I just felt like kind of doing some different sort of stuff today. And I thought I'd find something creative to tell you guys about, because, well, Far Cry 5's map editor has actually created something really awesome. Well, people have created something awesome in the editor, because apparently I never even tried this, but the Far Cry 5 map editor seems to be really detailed and give you so many options to really do awesome things. And the coolest thing about it is someone just recently done something truly amazing. They ended up making a recreation of Andy's house from Toy Story. Yeah, how awesome is that? Toy Story has just come out, like Toy Story 4, and people in Far Cry 5 used the map editor and created this. So if you want to check out the full video, I've linked it in the description down below. It's definitely worth checking out. I found this on Reddit. It's really awesome. It takes a lot of time and effort to do this, and it's amazing that people are actually putting this time and showing their passion and creating this. And I just didn't even know that this was possible in a game like Far Cry 5. I knew the map editor was there, but the fact that they've gone in and like done 10,000 little edits, 10,000 assets, and they've recreated it basically just perfectly almost. And yeah, it's cool that they've done this. And if you want to check it out, as I said, you can check it out. It is linked down below. I thought I'd just show you guys something cool, something different today, other than the standard gaming news, like, oh, this game has an update or something along those lines. Yeah, I don't know. It's the weekend. I'm having a good time, and I'm trying not to think about my leg because it hurts. Yeah, and speaking of my leg, I have actually been trying to play some games because it's actually been pretty impossible since I have to pretty much be laying down all the time, besides when I'm filming videos. And I played games for a few hours today, but then I realized my leg starts to hurt. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but hey, at least I got to play some games. I was playing Crash Team Racing. Speaking of that, make sure to check out the video in the link down below. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, I was playing that. I was playing FIFA with my friend in co-op seasons. I was having some time on Red Dead Online. I really got around today on some online games, so it was a good time. Anyway, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure you smack the like button real good. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.